Part 2. Everything na double.
A double.
Na double. Everything na double. Na double. So we're just gonna go straight and continue with the topic, and yeah.
Hope you guys like it. Alright, so there's a time in my life where I actually prayed a lot for a friend. Started at school, went through high school and college, and God really gave me that friend. I met my husband, but also a really good friend of mine, also in Hawaii.
In the same place.
In the same place, in Hawaii. But what I want to say with that is that there's, you know, if you pray and you have that need in your heart, God will fulfill it, and God will meet you where you're at.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it's important to pray for one another, to be there for one another, but also to know, okay, some friendships are just seasonal, and some friendships are just, you spend time with them, and you share your time, share your situation, your life with, for some certain of times, but that's it, that's okay. And it's okay. Like, I'm in a position where I'm like, I'm okay. I don't need to be friends with everybody, because I'm the person who loves to be friends with everybody. Even at work now that I started a new job, and I tried to be friends with everybody, but I recognized that not everybody wanted to be friends with me. And I don't want to change myself, or I don't want to feel like I'm too much for somebody already in the beginning when I'm trying to meet this person. I'm getting to know this person. So I'm in this point of life, or in this position where I'm like, okay, I'm fine. I have my best friend here, my honey bunny, and he's, it's all sometimes what you need. And it doesn't matter where we at, and doesn't matter where we are in the world. Yeah,
that's also a very important thing, because sometimes you have friends that they don't live actually close to you. They live probably on the other side of the world, or like another country, another city, a bit farther. But those friends still do their best to keep in contact, and they still try once in a while to come and visit you, no matter how far away they live. And then you have those friends that live like close by, but they never
show up.
They never show up for you. They never try to do. So it's not really about distance mostly. It's about people that are devoted and committed. To you.
Because they feel it's a giving and a taking. You give and you receive, basically. And that's what it's all about in a relationship or friendship in general, to know, okay, I give,
it's
but
a sacrifice.
I also receive. And you always need to make time. Time is valuable, and it's little. In our society, in our time is little. So you will never have time to meet somebody, but you need to make time for a relationship. It's all about making time, and all about taking it.
So just to confirm what my wife said, if you're important to somebody, they will make time for you. For example, when we started dating, it didn't matter how busy I was, I would always spend time with her, because she was priority to me. So any friend that you have that keeps saying, oh, I was so busy, I've not really had time, just know that they're friends, of course, they're friends, but you're not a priority to them. Okay?
That means,
so it's a different kind of friendship for a different season.
Yeah.
Like, they're not very close friends. I mean, like, if it's really urgent, they probably will show up for you, But like, it's not a priority for them to create time in their schedule, in their busy schedule, to spend time with you. Just have that in mind. And also, not just your friends, you also. Maybe you right now watching this video, you also are not very,
good at keeping contact.
You're not very good at keeping contacts. Like, you hardly reply to messages, you hardly reply to texts, you hardly call people, and you actually also give that same excuse, I've been busy. So we're speaking to you right now. Sometimes we cast blames on other people, we blame others, but sometimes we are also at fault.
Yes.
So we first of all need to look at ourselves in the mirror and say, how am I being a friend? How am I giving extra? How am I sacrificing my time and making time for those people that actually matter to us?
And I think it's important that that you get to hear that. You need to hear that sometimes it's not somebody else who has the fault, it's you who's the problem. Because there was a time in my life where somebody was telling me, "You really bad at keeping contact." I'm like, oh wow, I am bad at keeping contact. And then I found a way out of, I found a way how I kind of, solution for it, like a way how I could
Keep more in contact.
yeah, keep more in contact, a way of being better at it, by, for example, not just texting people, but just picking up the phone and calling them during the time I'm cooking or during the time I'm doing what is needed. And I do that often to my friends that are living in Sweden. One of them, she's a mother. She has a child. She has a lot to do. It's not like she has little to do. She even has 2 dogs. So has a lot to do. But mostly when I call her, she picks up the phone and we talk. And it's spontaneous. But we make the time that we have, even though we might be cooking during the time where I'm calling her and talking to her, or I'm folding up the clothes or whatever. Both of my friends that I have that are close to me in Sweden, those are really, I just call them. Yeah. I don't even text them, "Can I call you?" I just call them. And I found that easier sometimes because we so focused now in our generation on writing, on texting, on social media, that we forget that actually we can just call people. You can just pick up the phone and call people. And sometimes that is even better than texting people. It is. Of course, it's comfortable to text somebody because then it's not, not taking a lot of time, and
it's not very personal. Yeah.
It's not really personal. But that's something that I learned from my husband, that because he just picks up the phone and calls somebody, because you need that. Sometimes you need to trick yourself.
And also it's quite important to know, like, be careful of friends that try to give you advice about something that you should do when they have almost no experience about it. Be careful of that also. For example, as a couple, most times the people that think that they know more are those friends of yours that are single. I mean, they have good intentions and they're not bad friends. But sometimes your single friends seem to think that they know more about how you should handle your marriage. Like I said, if you're a spouse, your husband or your wife is your number one best friend before any other person.
And before talking to your friends, like your girlfriends that you have or your boyfriends that you have, the boy and the friends that you have, before you do that, talk to your spouse. You should never go behind your spouse's back and talk with somebody else about your spouse.
Yeah.
Don't do that. Talk with your spouse about different things.
Yeah, because we have people that are married, but when they talk to their friends, they always say something negative about their spouses, hoping to get some kind of good advice from the friend. Your friend is only going to value your spouse as much as you value your spouse. And your friend is only going to respect your spouse as much as you show respect for your spouse. So whatever picture you paint of your spouse out there, that's what your friends will use against your spouse. Because you have to know this, your friends are biased a little bit because they are your friends. So they will take your side most of the times before the other person's side, even if maybe you were actually at fault. So you need to be careful, and especially with single friends when you're married, it's not everything that they'll understand. And so you need to learn how to protect your spouse when you're also having other kinds of friendships, and be very wise in deciding what should I share with this friend and what not, and what advice can I take and what not, because it's completely different. When you're single, you think you know everything. You think you know what you will do. You think you know the kind of man you marry. You think you know how you're going to run your house and run all the business. But once you get married, you get a different kind of experience. And all of a sudden, it's no longer about who's right and who's wrong, or who is boss and who is not boss. It's mostly about compromise, and that's where you see real friendship. One more thing my wife said is, you don't need to change yourself to get friends.
No. Yeah.
When I say change yourself, I don't mean that if you have like some kind of bad character that you shouldn't adjust. I'm saying your personality, your outgoing nature, your quiet nature, who you are. You don't have to try so hard to fit in just to get friends. The friends that are meant for you will find you the way you are.
Yeah.
Same thing. My wife and I met the way I was, the way she was. And if there's anything that needs adjustments, we begin to adjust as we got together. The people that are meant for you will find you how you are and where you are.
Yeah, and you grow together, and you will be honest to each other, and that's it. So that's basically the topic about friendship. If you guys have more to say, more to tell, or even some more comments, some things that you want to share, just comment it below, please. We really loved your comments from the last previous videos, and we like to be part of you. We like to be part of something. And that's what the channel is about, to create a community, to create something where we share, but you guys can share, and where we can be there for one another, even though we might not know each other from face to face. Have a really great week. Like. Subscribe. Yes. Share it. Go on Instagram. Yes.
And we'll see you guys next time.
Definitely. See you.
Bye.
Bye.